We have Roberta as Twitch. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Happy Father's Day to any fathers out there.
We have Bobby as Loki. Say hi, Bobby.
Hello.
We have Logan as Verity. Logan, say hi.
Hello.
Again.
And we have Reno as Orndor. Reno, say hi.
Hey, what's up?
So last week I had this prepared, and so I forgot to do the big reveal. And for those of you at home who have a hand free or doing the math, you're right. We are missing a person. Jingo has some stuff going on, so isn't able to join us tonight. But here we have our crew of the Midnight Course 7. But this is not their ship.
That was our ship, though. That was pretty cool.
That is their ship.
Yeah, baby.
The Breath of Embers,
Which
has been rechristened as the Midnight Course 7. So
like cruising around doing battles in a luxury cruiser.
that's right. A luxury cruiser armed to the teeth and some decent shielding and stuff. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. For now, the crew had been recalled back to the sun. I'm pulling up message of the day to see what I had reminded you guys about. Don't forget you can access the calendar as well. If you ever want to go back farther than what the message of the day says.
Where's the calendar again?
It's up in the top right, underneath the combat tracker.
Oh, okay, got it. Calendar.
And then any day that you see has a red dot, those are days that have entries. And it goes all the way back to the beginning, back on the 17th of Frost, when this campaign started, to today, which is the 31st of Frost. So you guys had come back to the Burning Mother, which is what the sun is called as well, colloquially called. I included a new picture.
Cool.
I had mentioned this earlier. It's not very high definition, but I had mentioned it last week. I had given you more of a verbal description of this. But this is the bubble cities that are on the surface of the sun. The burning. This is the whole thing is referenced as burning archipelago. You have the biggest one where the Temple of Sarenrae is, and then all around it you have varying sizes of bubbles, getting smaller and smaller. Right now you guys are at if you think of the center as the clock, you're at 3 o'clock, I believe, or no, you're at 2 o'clock.
The little tiny one? Or baby one up there? The medium-sized one in between the two tiny ones and the big one, correct?
Correct.
That's 2? Okay.
Yep.
So, just out of curiosity, on scale-wise, pardon me, I mean, how big is this thing? I mean, it seems like I'm thinking of it as being smaller than you guys are describing it.
So off the top of my head, Asana Town, the one that you're in, is about 3 miles
Oh, really?
in
Wow.
diameter.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So the big one then would be like Manhattan or whatever.
Correct.
Like, plus, 3 times as wide.
Correct. Yep, it'd be about 10 miles
Okay.
across diameter. Yep.
Okay. All right. All right.
So
These
you
are massive, massive things.
correct. So you had flown down into the big one, and then taken a one of the little bubble tunnels, like hamster tubes, over to Asana Town. You had just landed, and one of the local mechanics introduced himself as Nikost. And works with the Port Authority for Asana Town. And said that he's just doing a routine inspection, just make sure there's no contraband. He seems half bored, not really. Says he'll just send you a report if you'd like. Go ahead and go on about your business. This is something that happens with all the ships, and everybody left the ship and started heading out, except for Orindor, who said he would stay behind. And let me show you the map. So here is the map. You'll note the slight off color. That's because you are on the surface of the sun in a bubble, so everything is orange. Um, you should be able to, there's not really any line of sight except for the crates and the ship. Let me make sure. Oh, there we go. So with the way I have the stream set up on Sundays, lock it. Here it is. I don't have the player view, but I'm double checking, making sure. All right, so yeah, and the doctor's with you. Therese Soloro, she's with you. Um, and the whole concept of what you guys are doing here is when you had the same time that the far portal station started its descent into the sun, is after at least 300 years since the gap. As long as the post gap, the far portal station has always been here. Now all of a sudden, things came out of it for the first time, and then not only that, it now sank into the sun. But at the same time that happened, there was this huge psychic wave that emitted from within the sun somewhere, and most of the telepathic creatures around in the area were rocked by this thing, stunned for several minutes by the power of this. She mentions that Lashuntas, who normally live there, are used to having this sort of nagging sensation in the back of their telepathic heads, but this was unlike anything that's ever happened before. And so the doctor has compiled all the research that the doctors and people, the scientists on Fort Portal Station had accumulated about this outburst, and is now taking you down there, and you guys are trying to find out more information about this and what happened. So there's a lot going on. Any questions from you guys?
Just one, would you please tell me what I need to type in there to scale that again, like we talked about last week?
All right, so hold on a second.
I am. Yep. Thank you. Love
So
you.
/scale UI, all together one word. I'll put it in the chat, and then a space, and then between 50 and 200. I think you said
Thank you.
75 was going to work for you.
I think so, yeah.
So that is what you type, and you can just keep tweaking it until you get it the way you want it to. And that is for anybody, if you guys aren't familiar with how that
No, you
works,
don't.
it changes the overall size of everything on your screen.
Okay.
Be aware, though, that it is going to mess with your chat box. So if you're going to increase the number, make it high, you may want to shrink your chat bar just to make sure you can see it before you mess around with the numbers. Anywho, so you've got the ship. I had line of sight off for a moment so you can see what you're looking at. You have that corner of the ship. These here are the doors.
Okay.
And what had happened was, so as he came onto the ship, the drone entered into the inner part of the ship, and then the
No.
doors closed.
Okay, no. Okay. So we have been. So are they actually that far away already, or not?
Yes, they are.
'Cause
That is where they are,
they're
and
like
that is
way
where
far
you
away.
are in
Okay.
the ship.
So why am I so far away from him though?
That's 20 feet.
If,
You're
I don't know, but if I'm asking because I don't understand. We just walked in the door, and I'm showing him around or whatever, and then the door closes and he attacks me.
he didn't attack you. All he
Okay,
did
let's
was
see.
close the doors.
Okay.
All right.
You could've-
So as the doors close, initially, those of you outside have no reason to think anything is going on. Speaking of which, Roberta, if you would mind, what the heck? There it is. If you would grab Doc Dade for me, please just open it up in the characters, and then you can ignore it. You can close out his character sheet, but that allows me to have access to it while we're playing. So I'm just going to go down according to the map. Loki, you hear the doors close. You think anything of it? Do you want to do anything initially? Or are you going to keep going following the doctor?
No. I'm
Okay.
gonna keep walking.
All right, Twitch.
I'm continuing to follow the doctor. I mean,
Verity.
there was, yeah.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a reason to not right now.
All right. And Orndor, as you're there, sort of, getting ready to start your tour of the ship,
Yes.
you see him turn around and mess with the control panels, and ting, you hear the outer door shut, and the door right in front of him shuts. Are you saying or doing anything initially?
I'm probably going to be asking, like, is he familiar with the ship layout, or something like that, or like where does he plan to be going? I'm very familiar with all the systems in the ship. I've already familiarized myself. So being a tech dude, tech romancer, I'm familiar. So I'm kind of inquiring, hey, bro, what's up? What's going on? Is he a robot, or he's just a person with his thing going on,
So he
with his
has
tablet and stuff?
So you know that mechanics have drones or an exocortex. So Twitch is a mechanic. He doesn't have a drone. He has a cybernetic augmented brain that he interacts with. So it's one of the two. This one guy has a drone, but he himself is a Lashunta. He has the two stocks. He's like Nosi, and
Right.
the other one he's an insect guy.
Oh, I see. Okay, he has a drone with him. I see it. I see it now. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and so he talks to you. I just typed. Push to talk sometimes can be a pain. I just lost everything I typed. All right, I'm gonna pull you aside real quick and do it that way because
Okay.
it's easier.
Yeah.
So you guys are outside, and time slows as you're taking slow steps.
Oh my god.
All right, so as the door
Nope.
shuts, he says, you asked him the question. He says, I'm not really familiar with these type of ships before, but I've never seen one. But Tomas and I will figure it out as we go. Sorry, but I need your ship to get off the planet. You're welcome to stay. I really don't want to hurt you.
What was that last part?
I need your ship to get off the planet. So, are you
Oh,
gonna
so
want to
he's
come with, and we can figure this out, or is there gonna be trouble?
there's going to be serious trouble here.
All right, so roll for initiative.
Okay, initiative.
All right. All right, so you get to go
Now,
first. What would you like to do?
I am stepping up directly to him. I'm turning. I thought that was him there, so it's not him. Okay, here we go. Okay. I am walking up to, I believe, I have to go next to him, so right there. And I am going to immediately utilize my jolting surge by grabbing his tablet and touching his tablet and giving him jolting surge,
All right, go for it.
which is okay. Do I need to read it? Should I read it or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
It
Tell the
says
people at home what's happening.
touch. All right, it's instantaneous, called jolting surge. It's like touch the target with a device they're holding. Yeah, it says alternate. So yeah, I can either touch them, or if it's a robot, I can touch the robot. Um, with my hand, I gain a +2 bonus for your attack roll if it's a robot. Either way, if the attack hits, the electric devices surge out of control, dealing 4d6 electricity damage to the target. Casting the spell doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
All right, and so as a Technomancer, you know that most of the time, if you're adjacent to somebody and you cast a spell, it does provoke an attack of opportunity, no matter what the spell is. There are some rare instances like this where it says this does not provoke attack of opportunity.
Right. which means what? And that basically means that as I'm stepping towards him, if it was attack of opportunity, he would immediately attack me
Correct. And if
before
he
I
hits you,
attack.
the spell is wasted.
Okay. All right. Cool. So he's unexpected. This is unexpected, and I'm going to attempt to fry him and his device there. So I press cast.
You need to. Is he? Yep, you got him targeted. So go
Yep.
for
Yep.
it. Yep. Quick. Cast should do it.
Oh, it's a miss. All right. It's a miss.
All right. So as these
Oh,
sparks.
wait a minute. It's this attack. Okay, missed. Yeah. Okay.
So as these. Well, hold on a second. That's not right. Something is missing here. Hold on a second. Let me look. Because it should be more than just the flat D20. You get a bonus to your attack. Spell.
Right.
Boink. Alright, let's see. Melee versus EAC.
I'm not sure
Alright, so it says melee
I,
versus EAC. That part is correct. Plus. Alright, and what is your dex? +2. Okay, so it should be. Yeah, you should have a +2 to that. So let's see if that would have hit.
that would make it a +9. I mean, a 9 out of
That's 2.
which is still pretty low. Still a miss. Ah, well.
Alright, so that did miss. And I'll take a look at that. I'm not sure why it's having issues. Anyway, so yeah, so your hand crackles with little static electricity is arcing between the fingers as you reach toward him. But he ducks out of the way. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, whoa, whoa. Are you going to do or say anything else?
Surprised him. Yeah, I'm being aggressive. So you are not taking our ship. As I'm reaching towards it, to try to zap him and his thing, or zap him through his electric device. So yeah, I'm accosting him. I've tried to zap his device to damage him. I failed. So I'm still in the processes of basically attacking him. I have a little bit of an advantage because he didn't notice. He didn't have an opportunity attack. So that is my intention.
All right, so he grabs, reaches into his little toolkit he has. Actually, he extends his hand toward the drone, and a pink spits this little rod out at him, and he catches it. And you can see it's a tactical baton, and he goes sort of like the police use, but not as fancy. It's basically a stick, and he tries to smack you with it.
Okay.
But he misses. He also got a 7. I don't know why I just rolled damage. Hold on a second. All right, so little drone moves over a little bit and goes to zap you. Has a little laser gun. Oof. And so as you ducking out of the way from this, trying to reach toward the guy, and he has a stick and he tries to smack you with it, and you duck out of the way. All of a sudden, wham, you get shot in the neck with this laser bolt, and you can feel your armor right there at the crease start to burn a little bit, and you can feel like, smells like something's burning. Oh crap, it's me.
Crap. Okay.
So he has did a little 6 points of damage to you, but you do have fire going on, so you can take an action to put it out, or it will continue to burn you every turn.
All right. I will. Can I move and take the action or not?
All right. So the top of the next round. Go ahead and give me a percentile. So since he's not calling to his friends, I'm going to say there's a 25% chance that his comm is open. Okay, so it is not open.
50
All right,
chance.
right down the middle.
There we go.
Okay, so he's trying to smack you again with his baton. Like, sorry, but I really need to get off this planet. And he tries to smack you again.
So he's hitting me twice.
This time you're burning and you're
Holy
what is
crap.
going on? And bam, he smacked you with his stick. All right, and as the fire licks up and starts burning you a little bit, you can smell your hair starting to burn. It is now your turn.
So I have to put myself out as an action, correct?
If
Or-
you don't have to, you can keep burning if you want.
All right, but I'm at my maximum. I'm about to die.
You have all your stamina is gone. You have 9 hit points left.
Okay. Can I take a step back without
Take a 5-foot
getting
guarded
up?
step. Yes.
Okay, can I go like to there? Right there?
Okay, so you move back.
It's showing 15 feet. Okay, and then I'm shooting him. All right. But my first thought was to use my where the hell is it? Oh, the overheat spell. Where's the other one? Which one is it? Hold on a second. Yeah, I think it's the energy ray. No, that's not it. It's gonna be the overheat spell. Let's see what that says here. Yeah. Okay. So here's my question. Since I would know what my heat spell does, it says the range is 15 feet, but the area is a cone-shaped burst. Now, my intention was to take a step back originally before I got burned, just to give me some distance to use my cone to hit both of them at the same time with this blast. But now that the drone has moved over one step, is my cone wide enough to still get them both, or do I have to just like concentrate on one and the other one will get like a -2 or whatever?
How wide is the cone? 15 feet?
That's the range.
Right. It says
I mean,
15-foot cone.
No, it just says the range is 15 foot. It's just a cone-shaped burst. It does not tell anything about what the cone is shaped like.
All right. Yeah. So overheat is like
Shooting out fire.
it's like burning
collected
hands
from-
from D&D, and it says, yeah, yep, you are correct. It's a 15-foot cone. So
So from my position, technically, I could
so
shoot both of them.
from here, you could shoot
Right.
both. So I'll say you're in that square,
Okay.
even though it's a half square. As a halfling,
Right.
I'll say you're in that square, and from there,
Okay.
yes, it would hit them both.
All right.
Because it
So
goes
that's what I'm going to do.
1 and then 3, 3. That's how a cone looks.
Right.
Because
Okay.
the other one would not hit both; it would just hit the drone. So go ahead and
Or
target
the
them
other guy,
both.
depending on which way. Yes. So let me do that. Okay. All right. So then I'm just going to do the cast again. or not again, but with the cast with this one.
You do
Correct.
yes, the cast should do the save for both. Yep, and then click the damage. Nice, they both failed. Now hit the damage. All right, so
Not too bad.
you step back.
6 damage.
You put your thumbs together, and your fingers splay in front of you. And from the tips of your fingers come these blasts of fire shooting out in front of you, and you're able to angle it
Right.
just right so that it goes up a little bit and hits the drone, comes down and slams into the Lashunta as he's like, "Wow!" and they take a bunch of damage. All right, and you have, all right, so I'm going to put you back because
Which one do you think is mine?
all right, guys, sorry for the delay. I appreciate your patience. So as you're sitting there, the doc all of a sudden looks at his comm and says, "What? Voila. It looks like
Come on.
Orendor's
It's just-
taking damage. I say we should go find out what's going on back in the ship."
Yeah.
Please put it down and leave.
Okay.
So,
Go, please.
back in the ship, this stuff is happening. Another blast comes out and smacks into you from the drone.
Okay.
And the doctor takes off running.
I follow.
10, 35, 40, 60. All right, so she runs back over to the ship. So if you move in a straight line and don't do anything else, you're on your turn, you can go up to 4 times your speed. So she's just sort of sprinting and slams her hand against the controls. And I'll say that is enough to open the door. And by the way, do you guys notice the pulsing green light on the bottom of the map? And now that the door is open, the light shines out of the ship onto the tarmac.
Ooh.
Oh, the entire background is blank for me.
Yeah, me as well.
Okay, so let me fix this. Idiots.
That's better.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay,
That
you
looks
guys,
pretty cool.
that's the frustrating thing about not having a player mode, so I can't see what you guys see. All right,
It looks
so
pretty
now you notice everything is orange. Now that
Yeah.
makes my statement make sense. And if I shut the doors
Ooh.
next to the dock,
Very
you can
nice.
see.
Yep. As the light comes out.
As the
That's
doors
pretty
open,
cool.
they come out and shine on the tarmac. All right. Anywho, so and like I said, the only line of sight on this whole thing are the objects. Any of them are climbable. If for some reason you decide you want to climb up onto something, you're welcome to. And as far as the ship is concerned, we'll just say there are a couple illusionary steps there that you can just. It's you can just move into here as normal. There is another door that needs to be opened to go from, because that's an airlock. That small area right there is an airlock. And there's another door that leads to the ship itself. All right, so Twitch.
Okay, so I make a dash. Mad dash. Where am I?
You are too, buddy. I love you. You look sleepy.
So if I go in a straight line, I can just sprint and get to the door.
Plugging my nose.
Go on. I love you.
Is that what you said?
So the two ways of moving farther than just your normal speed are you can move and then take your action to move again. So it's double your speed. But you can twist and turn and do whatever you want. If you're going in a perfectly straight line without moving, turning, you can go up to 4 times your speed. Does that answer your question?
It sort of does.
And for the record, you cannot burrow here, just so you know. This is concrete tarmac. You cannot burrow through the tarmac.
Okay. No. But can I roll?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to tuck and roll. I'm going to roll up to the door. As long as I don't run into anything along the way.
All right. Do you have a special speed for that, or I'm not sure. I know you have an AC of 5. Bonus when you do that.
Yeah.
What's the AC again?
So she rolls up in a ball like a roly-poly bug.
Right.
So only thing that's showing are these scales as she rolls.
Right.
So she has a +5 to her
armor class. Armor. Okay, that's a lot. Wow.
Defensive ball. That's a rolling charge. There we go.
So KAC, or is it EAC, or both? Or
It's both.
AC versus CM?
CM is combat maneuver, and that's also correct. So everything goes up. All 3 of those go up when she rolls up in a ball.
By 5. Wow, that's amazing. It's a lot of points right there.
All right, so I'm just going to do a rolling charge then. I don't know if I get any extra additional out of that. I mean, is it double? Is it triple? How does that work? Hang on. Roll charge without taking normal charge. Oh, taking the normal charge penalties to the attack roll or its AC. Gains a +5 bonus to AC opportunity during it. Can't make a melee attack, but it can instead attempt. Reposition, maneuver, circumstance bonus. The bully that can't use the so it takes a 10-minute rest to recover stamina points.
So basically, it just allows you to move in the shape of a ball, but at your normal speed. Normally, you would, like I said, if you're doing that, you cannot do anything else. But because you have this rolling charge, you can end it with an attack, which is a bull rush, which pushes them all down. And you get a bonus to that.
I'm probably just going to end my turn standing up. So.
All right, so just go ahead and move up. And I'll say you can get into the ship if you want.
Into the ship, okay. I'm just going. Does that classify as inside?
It does.
Okay.
All right, so you go diving past Loki into this roll, and then you roll across the tarmac, and then boing, come back into your normal shape. All right, Virtue.
I mean, I've already done. No, Verity can sprint. He's done it before. Guess.
5, 10, 15,
How
20,
far is it?
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. So you're 60 feet away. So you can double move and get into the ship right next to the door, and I'll say you can even bang on and hit the control to open the door as well if you want.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
30.
Knock, knock, anybody home?
All right, and because the light inside the ship is a little bit stronger, there's also a little bit of rail light that extends onto the tarmac.
Ooh.
All right, and the dock date is going to run up. Yeah, I forgot Starfinder has diagonal move as more, so I probably shouldn't have let you guys get into the ship, but I'll let it go because I'm being nice. All right, Loki,
So
what would you like to do?
I'm going to move towards the ship.
All right, so I'll let you get up there with him.
I'll stop right. Yep, that's where I was.
The DM had an amazing dinner. He's feeling generous.
I did indeed. All right, so that's the end of this round. And over the comms, you hear Doc Dade saying, Orindor, what's going on? Why didn't you call us? What's happening? Are you okay? Looks like you're taking damage.
I'm being attacked. Can anybody see inside yet?
All right, so yes, all three of you who are close to Loki, Twitch, and Verti can see Orindor there. He's
I'm up against the wall. Got my hands up like this. I'm on fire.
yes, he's got this fire burning right
Split up.
here on
I'm
his
up.
neck,
Got,
and it's starting to creep up into his hair as these flames are licking up.
I've got a drone over on my left and back up against the wall, and the dude is on my right. They've both been damaged a bit, a little singed.
All right, so Orindor, is your turn.
I am grabbing
You are
my
down to
laser
3 hit
pistol.
points.
I need to get the fire out. I need to get the fire out now that I see them. So can I move back one more step to kind of get out of the way?
You can move your whole movement if you're just going to move and put out the fire.
Yeah,
Drop
I
the
got to move. I'm going to go right there. I'm going to go right there, and I'm putting how do I do the fire out thing?
You just do it. You just say, I'm taking my turn to put out the fire.
Okay, I'm taking my turn and putting out the fire.
All right. Did you want to move anywhere else? Because you only went 15 feet, so you can go another 15 feet if you want.
Yeah, I guess I'm seeing all the reinforcements coming in. They're all way bigger than I am, and I've done some damage to them. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take another. Was it 10 feet? 10 feet? 10
15.
feet.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. 10 feet's fine. Yeah.
All right, Loki.
Okay. The door. Can I move up right behind him? I want to move over to left one.
Okay. So that's 15 feet of movement.
No.
And so normally that would provoke an attack of opportunity. But he's
It's
I'm gonna
facing the
say
other
he's gonna
way.
have a minus. He's not actually not gonna take that shot. You see, he's holding basically a stick, a baton, um, and he has a. Uh, and now you can go in. You see the drone as well. So what would you like to do?
Let me look at my, which one of my pistols does the most damage? I'm gonna shoot him in the back with the arc pistol, but I also want to use the supercharge spell to increase the damage.
All right. So if you actually, he's already said he's not going to take his reaction. So just keep in mind. Normally, if you're using a ranged weapon right next to an enemy, they can hit you. But he already said he wasn't going to. So just keep that in mind. So go ahead and use your spell.
Oh, hold on.
So that doesn't
Wouldn't
actually
he,
have.
wouldn't he have also had advantage of being like point blank if he's in at his back? He's already been facing me. Wouldn't he also have an advantage of being point blank as far as with a ranged weapon versus not? The normal disadvantages of that.
No, it's actually normally a disadvantage being right next to somebody.
Right,
If you
that's what I'm
take your
saying. It's normally it's a disadvantage, but I mean, if he's coming right up behind him, he's
right,
not
but he's
even
not
looking that
sneaking. The
direction.
door is open. He saw them. He turned around. He's right there.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
All right.
All right. So this is So the problem with this spell is so what we can do is you can say last turn you would have cast this spell, supercharged weapon, because it takes your action.
Okay.
Or you can touch Verti's weapon or Twitch's weapon and supercharge their weapon, and then when they attack, it'll do the extra damage if you want.
Oh,
So he'd be supercharging their weapon and then attacking with his own weapon the next turn, which is now.
No, the supercharged weapon is a spell because it does a crap ton of damage, just 46 damage, and that takes his full
Wow.
action to cast that spell.
Okay. But
So it's just a matter of
he
whose
just moved
weapon do you
on the
want
last.
to charge up? Do you want to charge up your own and say
yeah,
you
I'll
did?
charge up my own.
All right, so we're just gonna say this time, since you're not used to using it, that you did it last turn,
Okay.
and then so now go ahead and take your shot. Woohoo! You hit. So
Nice. Nice.
go ahead and roll 46 first. So in the
Nice.
modifier box on the bottom, put 14. And then do the damage to him. Either don't forget to target him.
Oh, yeah. That's control. Right.
Correct. Control.
Right.
Click.
Yes. Control. Yes.
Did I?
All right. So as you're running
Did I?
across the tarmac, you're mumbling words and pull out your pistol, and this light starts forming around it, and the battery starts getting really, really hot as you are holding the weapon. You come into the room, pull the trigger, and go ahead and roll. Put 14 in the modifier and roll your damage. After you target him, though, he hasn't targeted him yet.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Is that now?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So roll the damage. So that's 17.
Nice.
All right. So it would have been 3. Instead is 17 damage. It's just, and all the energy and light comes out, blasting into him. That is a arc pistol, so it's electricity. So this big blast of electricity goes slamming into him, and he rocks back, and sort of grasps the club and then collapses over.
It was kind of like Men in Black, where he has a little tiny thing and just blasts the thing, the crap out of it.
That's right.
Oh, what did they call
Cricket,
that weapon? The
some kind of cricket
noisy,
thing.
the noisy cricket.
Yep.
The noisy cricket.
Yeah, Roberta would know that. She watches it on Men in Black.
Yes. Yep. Noisy cricket.
All right, so the doctor is Teresa. It's just sort of, she has her azimuth pistol out. She's sort of watching the tarmac, seeing what's going on. She's letting you guys run in first. Twitch.
All right, let's see here. Where's the target? Is it the robot that's attacking him?
It's both the robot and the.
Right now, you
It's
can't
a
see.
it's a
You can't tell
okay.
who's attacking who. It
Well,
looks
I'm
like
gonna move.
the yes, actually, so you can see that the wing bot is swerving and shooting at him. Yes.
Okay.
And Nikos is on the floor.
This massive bear-looking dude right on top of him, right there.
I will eat your face.
I won't eat your face. All right, let's see.
Oh, I have facing on. Boo, I don't like it.
Oh, hang on, I gotta switch glasses. Ah, there we go. What is that? Grenade? Oh, I have a grenade. Let's see. I have an art pistol, auto target rifle.
Now keep in mind,
Oh,
it's on your ship, so if you throw grenades, you're grenading your own ship.
yeah. Yeah, we just got this thing fixed. Okay. I think I'm gonna use my arc
Okay, there we
pistol.
go.
Alrighty then.
And that is a hit.
Nice.
Woohoo!
All right, so you guys are flinging electricity all over the place.
Ow! Monkey lover.
All right, so the robot, the wingbot's going to turn and sort of hover. And sort of, you can, the three of you, actually the four of you who can see it, go ahead and give me sense motive.
And the tower, just the chat.
I'm going to say it's a pretty easy check. So let me check my handy dandy cheat sheet here. Easy is 10 plus 1.5. So that is, you are 12. So it's 13. DC 13. Yep. So
I
you
didn't get it.
all can tell it is trying to find a way out.
Oh, okay.
But he is currently blocked. So he's going to hit Twitch. What the hell is that?
Miss?
Is it just me, or
Inventory.
did the bot disappear from the map?
Disappear
Just
from your
because
line of
your
sight.
line of sight. Yep. You saw it
Oh, sorry.
shift over to the
You
right
saw him.
and then
Yep.
disappear.
Okay. For some reason, I thought that black wall was the wall of the ship. It's
So,
not, actually.
all of a sudden you hear this noise as it starts going up and higher, sort of like a dog whistle as this thing is letting out this shrill noise. Click. Orndor, Loki, Boink, Drake,
Cover
10, 20,
your
30,
ears.
and Teresa. Oh, I don't actually. He doesn't have it. Thing. I need everybody to give me a DC 9 Fortitude save.
That's
Easy. With a +6. I almost failed that.
I think I did feel it.
I got it.
With a 6, yeah, I think I probably failed it.
All right, so Orin, everybody else is able to cover their ears or move their heads, turn on their music in time. But Orin, you're still putting out the flames,
Right.
and
I'm
that one
very
side
distracted here, so
is of your speakers is already glitching from your comm, and you are sickened. Let me see how long.
second.
Slash DIE 1D3.
Well, this is where that page we're supposed to get about conditions. See if I can
All
find
right,
where I
so for
put
3
it.
rounds, you are sickened. Let me throw this on you. If I can find
Right
you.
here where I put it.
And there you are, Orndor.
No.
Open up the effects.
Can you throw up the conditions again? I thought I had it in one of my macros here. I'm not seeing anything.
Sickened. Boink. There you go. All right, so let me put the. Give me just a second to put the rounds on there so you're not sickened forever. Duration is 3.
Now, I'm sickened because of the disorientation, or I'm sickened by something I'm not aware of just yet.
Correct. Yep. The
It,
is the
it
shrill
hit
trilling noise is throwing off your equilibrium and making you sickened.
it hit the brown note.
Yep. Well, I mean, it totally makes sense. I mean, because I'm sitting there trying to whap out flames on myself. I'm prone. I mean, I'm trying to scuttle away. It makes sense. Conditions. Thank you.
All right, and so that is all it does on its turn. Five, 10, 15, 30. Doc runs up. He can see you, but it's quite the shot. Good thing he cannot miss because you are attuned with his microlab.
Actually,
So he sort of takes aim, closes one eye, waits for a second as Loki and Twitch are moving around and doing stuff, and he's sort of using Verti's shoulder to hold him still, and then shoots his dart at you and hits Orndor.
now,
Have quite long arms.
what is a skill check? Is all the
Stealth.
skills a skill check?
Yes, any skill is a skill check.
Okay, I got to use my recall thing then because I keep forgetting about that.
Yep, both you and Loki had that spell, and it's a cantrip, basically, so a 0 level spell.
Right.
So you can
All right.
do it over and over.
I'm using that next time. Damn it. That was. It's not good. 6 was not good.
All right, so as you get shot, tank, and nice max healing for
Nice.
8 healing.
Nice. Nice.
Nikos is on the floor dying. All right, Verti.
Okay, so robot flew into the corner.
I'm-
Step past
At this
Twitch.
point, I'm gonna.
Okay, so I'm
I
going to
wonder what's
say
gonna
when
get-
you're in Twitch's square, you can change your movement if you want. If you don't want to go adjacent to it. Did you want to be adjacent to it?
Yeah, I want to be like there.
Okay. So you
So I
step
can
up and
hit
then
it.
move up. So again, it's flying around, and just finish doing this shrill cry as you move up.
I'm gonna attempt to hit it with the entropic strike.
Okie doke. I did read through the Vanguard, so I have a better understanding now of what's going on. You start with one. You have 1 point right now because you start combat with 1, and that is a hit.
Oh,
if the next round is coming up immediately, I am going
Yes.
to I'm going to yell out, "Don't kill him!"
the
he's
guy is
dying.
already dead
He's
or
not.
dying.
He's dying. He's dying. He's prone. He's dying. I'm saying, it's like, don't kill him. That's what I'm saying.
All right. So you slam into him, and you see that it's where he hits. It sort of buckles in a bit, and rust shows up, and it starts paint peels away as he hits it. Top of the next round. Oh, sorry. Let me fix that. I forgot to take the fire. Put the fire out.
It's an invisible flame.
So I get those wound points back. Yes.
Correct. You're down 1 wound. You still don't have any stamina, but your wounds are
Right.
only
Right.
at 1 now. All right. So what would you like to do? Again, you can tell this robot is trying to find a way out, but you guys are blocking the way.
Right. All right. So I'm going to yell out about not killing the dude. I don't care about the robot can die, but I'm talking about Nikos.
Okay.
I'm yelling out, "Don't kill him!" He might die, but that's my intention. Is that I want to question this dude. So
Alright,
that's my intention.
are
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
stay
run up
where I
and
am.
try to
Oh, no, I guess I should.
do
I'm
medicine
gonna
check
run
on him?
forward then. How do I do that? Am I doing that? What's a medicine check? I don't have any spell like that.
So if you look at your skills,
Right.
you
Medicine.
can
Okay.
also all the way on the right, if you have the red button on the right that says skills, it's in there as well, but you can click the little piezo symbol next to medicine,
Right. Okay.
and you can see that there's first aid, which as a
Right.
standard
First aid,
action,
long-term
use
care.
medicine to stop bleed damage, or administer first aid to a dying creature that you can touch. Its skill
Okay.
is 15, and if you succeed, he stops dying, becomes stable.
Okay. All right. So he's 30 feet away from me.
And this is
So
the only one
I can.
that you can do untrained. So like you are not trained in medicine, but you can still do it.
Okay. So I'm gonna run forward then and do the treat deadly wounds. Is that the one? Or is it first aid?
Medicine. It's just a medicine check, but it's
Oh,
the
okay.
one I
So
just
I
shared.
just roll the medicine check. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. There we go. Medicine.
But you got to move up.
Come on, baby. Right. I'll move up too. It was right in that box there. 11 untrained. I don't know if that's enough.
All right, so it is DC 15. So
I didn't make it.
you're like, guys, don't let him die. And you start doing CPR, and they're like, you don't do CPR on his forehead.
But my intention is well known, obviously. I'm trying to save them, they'll see that. So that's good. They might wonder at my insanity. However,
All right, so it is going to take a 5-foot step back. And it's
Guarded
actually going
step,
to
I assume.
shoot at Twitch.
Yes.
Did you want to do your special thing?
We intervene.
Yes.
That's only if it hits, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you had and there was one other thing I thought you could do as a bodyguard. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
shoot.
yeah. I could give him 2 AC points from me. Basically, that's what it is.
All right, so did you want to do that? Because you can do them both. It says specifically.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so he gets +2 to his AC. Is what you're saying?
Yep. And I get -2 to my AC.
All right, so as you see, as this thing is hovering, little drone, it sort of stops for a moment, and a little red light appears on Twitch, and Verti takes his shield and sort of throws it in front of Twitch, trying to stop the ray, leaving himself exposed. And that is a miss.
Told ya.
So it slams into the shield, and Verti is able to stop Twitch from getting hit. All right, Loki.
So I was thinking I wanted to search him, the guy laying on the ground in front of me dying, for a way to shut off the drone.
Oh, good call.
All right, so go ahead and let me take a look. What skill do you want to use? What skill do you think works for that?
Computers?
That's a
Oh.
great one. Once you, so yeah, go ahead and roll computers. I'm going to say it is a pretty easy check. So again, it's a 13.
Missed it.
All right, so you don't see any kind of thing on him that looks to be connected to the robot. Do you want to move?
Yeah. You know what? I'll stay where I'm at. Can I attack the drone?
No, because you spent
Or
time digging through the sky, flipping them over,
okay,
trying to. Meanwhile, Orin
that
over
was my
there
action.
trying to get him to breathe. And they're like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
maybe I'll
take his
search
helmet
him.
off if you're gonna do CPR." All right, so Doc will move up. All right, so he knows his stuff better than I do, but he has he should pretty much be able to do that for free. Let's see, he can heal adjacent creature. I'm looking at that. See, he's got field dressing as a standard action. You can use your microlab to render medical aid to an adjacent willing or unconscious creature. All right, so he just got to move up. All right, and normally you can't move diagonally through an enemy square because he's unconscious. You can. All right, so he's doing. Boink. All right, so you see him as he quickly pulls out his med lab, like the tricorder from Star Trek. And he then does some sprays, and the bleeding stops, and his breathing starts again, and his eyes start to flicker. And Verti.
And to punch the drone again.
All right. So you go running up.
Yeah, I think I'll just do a standard entropic strike.
Sorry.
And it's a hit again.
Netflix on TV
And later. Actually, it's
Another 5
bedtime now,
damage.
so you got
So he lashes out with his claws again,
later.
scrapes against it, and again you
It's
see
bedtime. Go lay down.
as one of the nuts falls off, ting ting, goes rolling across the floor.
Ding ding.
And not Verti's, but the drones.
Uh-huh.
17 hit points, 10 for wounds, 19. He just got healed 4, so he's at 13. Okay. All right. So he wakes up, he sees the halfling and a doctor and the big cat guy over him, and he's just like sort of, must be some misunderstanding. Twitch.
Misunderstanding my butt. Well, I'm not going to damage him anymore, but I am going to get out of the way. I'm still going to shoot at the robot, though.
All right, and Nikos does not take an attack of opportunity.
Better not. I'll just kill him instead. Nice. Again. Boom.
Withdraw. There we go.
I mean, as long as the robot's still attacking, I guess I'll attack it.
It has not been. I mean, it's moving back, but it's like I said. You guys can tell it's trying to find a way out, but it's up until now there hasn't been a way out. There hasn't been a clear way yet. But yes.
I moved, but I still shot it. I'm trying to damage it before it gets out of here.
All right, Virgie, go ahead.
You know what? I'll try to do a double attack. I don't think I've done that on this campaign yet. Go full action to attack, and a 1 and a 3.
Can I lend him my rerolls? I'll just reach up and touch him. Give me a reroll.
I don't have very much luck with those.
All right, so unless you're going to move, go ahead and.
Well, I can't because it's a full action.
Oh, that's right. All right, so click next. Tactical rules. Full action. Withdraw from melee. Full action. When you withdraw, W speeds. Okay. The square you start out in is not considered threatened. Okay.
It's Doc.
If during a pause you move out of a certain square other than the one you started. Okay. All right. So I was looking at what withdraw means. So the dock is then going to turn to
What's the coupons?
Orindor.
I think. Can I get it?
Yeah, because you have any idea where it is?
The coupons.
It's a lot.
I'll be right there, guys.
And he's actually not that hurt anymore. He's just has stamina. So he's just going to take a 5.
I had the camera off.
He's going to go ahead and pull out his syringe, and he makes a big show of putting something in it.
That could be just be a coupon. No.
No, the back.
And he's going to hold it up to Nikos' arm. All right, Twitch.
Me again? What?
You again.
This is round
Yep.
5.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna keep firing at this little dude. I'm gonna try my full. Let's see how successful I can be on a full action.
All right, go for it.
Nope.
One of them hit.
My switch.
Yep, your first one hit.
You need to pick up your room.
I will.
Go away, please.
Yeah, Mr. Shan.
Yes, say hi. They can hear you.
Hi, Mr. Shan.
Hi, William.
Hi.
That's his wife Roberta said hi, and so did
Hi,
he.
Dad.
Okay,
Hi,
go on.
everybody. Listen
Go
to your
on,
dad
please.
now.
Go on.
See ya.
Love you.
All right, so
Make
another
like a
blast
tree
of
and
electricity
leave.
comes out and
Make like a frog's habitat and leave.
finally
Okay,
drops
that
to
works.
the floor
Random.
with a big crash.
And I can't get it on my head.
Okay, love you. Please leave.
I can't get that frog
Liam, that
on
doesn't
my head.
that doesn't mean stand there and talk to me.
All right, wire.
Why did I want to be a dad?
All
Ask
right, so you
myself
guys are
that.
out of combat. And just so you know, in case any of you ever want to try it, you can do what's called a withdraw as a full action. So you can't do anything else. And the first square you start in is not considered a threatened square.
Oh,
And you can move up to double your speed.
okay.
But,
So it's like taking a guarded step and then going.
right, except any other squares that are threatened are still threatened. So for the robot, his first square would have been fine, but then as he tried to weave between you guys, you still would have gotten opportunity attacks against it. Unless it takes off back. That's the goal, is to withdraw away from everybody, not through your enemy. But you can do that, just so you know. Don't forget, you can also fight defensively, which means when you fight defensively, you can do this anytime you want. When you
It's non-lethal.
as a full action, you have a -4 to all attacks. However, you get a +2 to your armor class. So, again, right at these lower levels, you may not want to take that risk, unless you're like Orindor down to 3 hit points. But it is something you can do. So let me clear combat. Initiative.
You're trying to do non-lethal damage, but
all right. So
enough
the
to like knock him out or whatever.
so he was unconscious, but the doc, because you guys were using your arc ray pistols, they are non-lethal. However, the only reason he went unconscious and was dying is because he did so much damage. He at once, because he was already hurt a little bit from the fire and stuff, and then
Right.
he supercharged his weapon, just a huge blast. So anyway, what would you like to do? You got your dude here, and he's like, okay,
I'm gonna try
okay.
the medicine.
I think we should
check again.
try to find out why he did what he did.
What the hell happened?
Right. That was the point of my trying to fix him. So do I need to try fixing him again? Bring him more up, or is Dave already brought him up?
I don't think
Oh,
he
he's
needs
up.
any more health.
He's up and conscious and looking around, and
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah, he's conscious enough.
Ruthless people are our group is ruthless.
Bounty hunter, I have no empathy.
Oh, I was attacked and heavily damaged, so I'm just making a statement.
and you guys see in the fire that he got blasted, and electricity and stuff, the patch that he had on his uniform saying that he was with the minds will blank, the Asana Town docking crew came off, and he's just wearing his flight suit now.
Do we have anything we can tie him up with?
Oh, I'm sure we got some. I take out one of my ascots, and tie him up. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think we should tie him up.
Look, I was just trying. I told your friend here. I gave him the chance to come with me. I didn't want to attack him, but he said he made me shoot him.
Now, I'm gonna kick him and tell him to shut up.
He made him shoot him.
Shut up.
Throw him in the hole himself.
Ow! Well, make up your
I
minds.
made him shoot me.
Are you gonna ask me questions? Want me to answer your questions, or you want me to shut up? Come on.
He didn't make you attack him.
What's going on here?
And he sort of looks at Orendor. He's like, didn't I tell you could come with? Didn't I? Didn't I say I didn't want to hit you?
You did, but I need to know what's going on. Or
see,
why did he
Catman,
need
I
to
told
come
you.
with you?
Yes.
I ain't lied. You well.
What's the dire need here?
Minute. The ever since that psychic burst, a lot of the Lashuntas are looking to leave, and some of us have even been threatened because people are blaming us. I just want to get out of here.
Yikes!
So you're
I
gonna
think we should
steal
leave
the
him in
ship?
holding cell.
I mean, I can't be like these other ones who've been hiring mercenaries or have been buying weapons and stuff. I've just got me and Luke here.
Is Luke still alive?
Like,
No, Luke is a
I don't think so.
smoking heap of slag right now.
Okay, say.
why did you want him to go with you? For what?
It was just easier than trying to kill him, and the ship this size could use 2 people. It'd be hard to try to run it by myself.
So
But I
you were
gotta get
trying
off
to
this
steal
planet.
the ship.
I gotta get out of here.
Oh, he's trying to leave the planet.
He was
Yeah,
trying
he
to steal
tried
the
to steal
ship.
the ship.
Exactly. Steal the ship to get out of there.
Lock him up. Put him in our holding cell.
Like I said, we're ruthless.
You do have a holding cell,
We
absolutely.
have a holding
We
cell.
do? Why
Yes.
does the party ship
Put him
have
in
a
there.
holding cell?
Hey, every ship has a holding cell, man.
No, that is not
No,
true.
it doesn't.
This one has a specially built one that has one-way mirror through it and everything else. And you guys, when you were exploring the ship,
Let him cool off in the holding cell for a while away from everybody.
Sounds good to me. Put him.
So this is not the player's map, but this is the DM's map. But up here in this corner, that is your holding cell. That is your brig.
Put him some food in there so he doesn't starve.
Yeah.
You can zoom in. You can see how it's set up. There's a little toilet. There's 3 little sections. Depending on how you want him locked up, he can be locked up in a room to walk around, or set in any one of these 3. There's a cage. There's a bubble, or there's just a little padded room. I mean,
Put him in
it's
the
not a
padded
padded room.
room.
It's a room with a sleeping pad, is what I meant.
Oh, okay. Like, if it's a padded room, he sounds like he's going nuts.
Yeah. Well, let's lock him in there. Give him some food and water.
When we come back, then Doc can do like a medical scan on his head.
All right, so you guys take him back and throw him into a little room. You see, Orindor, you're familiar with this. And one other person. Who was it? Verti? Was it you that was? I said you were exploring the ship and getting used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're familiar with this room as well, and the different locking mechanisms and what's required to do it. So who do you want set as the bio lock? Who can unlock his cell?
Typically, I think it would be Doc, but I'm fine with anybody. Who would be the best one to do something like that?
You can have as many as you want. You can have it just be anybody can open it, and it'll just record who opens it. Or you can have it be locked only for certain people. However you want to set it up.
Oh, but I mean, this doesn't require anybody to do anything. It's just we're setting it up that way.
Right. It's a bio lock that's you set up when you put the prisoner in, and it resets every time you put a new prisoner in.
Okay. Well, I think we're all trustworthy, so I say let's go ahead and let's let any of us. Unless there's a traitor amongst us, you have a chance right now.
All right. Does anybody not agree with that? Anybody not want either to have access to it or to not let somebody else have access?
I don't see a reason.
All right. So all of you, one by one, go put up your all of you have hands except for Twitch. So you put your appendage up there and your eye, and it does both a retinal scan and an appendage scan, and then
I'm sure Verti's giving me a weary look. Are you sure you should be doing this? Are you sure you want access to this room? Yes, I'm good. I promise not to kill him just yet. My lovely jacket is still smoking here. All the felt and velveteen is scorched. I promise. I promise.
it'll make a cool scar though. You got these burn marks now.
That's right. That's right.
So do you want to spend
That's
10
right.
minutes so he can get his SP back, or are you going to move on?
I'll take 10 minutes.
Yeah, breather sounds good.
All right, so there
Yeah,
you go.
that one to heal up a
You have
little
a
bit.
short rest. Anybody who wants to can click the little button on the front page to get their stuff back.
This is middle stamina one? Or not?
Correct.
Resolve or stem?
Should be Stam.
Okay, so I keep the 1 damage, but I regain my stem. Okay, cool.
Yep. And Doc's not going to worry about it. He's down 5. So, no, that's not 5. That's his RP. Never mind. Orindor, where's your RP? Why do you have none? And Twitch, why do you only have 1?
What does RP mean?
All right,
Talking.
let me put you guys in long rest.
Resolve points.
Oh,
Rest.
I think I have at least
I've
2.
got
There we
all
go.
of mine.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't need to worry about it.
There we
I
go.
didn't
I
have-
haven't
Tough as
given you guys a
nails.
long rest in a while, so you've had a couple weeks on the ship, so you're fine. Okay. So you go back out and you leave the ship.
Yeah, Loki chews on glass and rubs dirt in his wounds. He's tough as nails.
All right, so you guys head out and start heading
Are we still
toward.
using that map?
I just took it off
Would
and
you
cut the controller.
get the plunger?
Well, baby, I couldn't.
My kids.
Don't forget to mute your
I put my
mic
hand
when.
over it. Does that do anything?
I don't know.
Can you
A
hear me?
little, not very
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
It's a good mic, so I'm sure it does very little.
Inspection.
Yeah.
Line conversation. All right, so you're going to be meeting a person named Nib.
Nibby, meeting up with Nibby.
And I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you. I'll be nice. You guys find out that Nib, from talking to Dr. Terrace Solura, you find out that Nib is actually her ex-wife, and she's not really that thrilled with having to go talk to her, but that is your point of contact. And she's living in an apartment in Asana Town. And so you guys arrive in that area and start walking around and start heading toward her apartment. Go ahead and give me a DC 20 perception check.
Perception in the tower.
No,
Well, if he gave
DC
us
20.
the DC.
I don't know what that means.
So it's a 20 is your goal. You want to get at least 20. Oh, let me
I
make
got
sure you're
20.
not sickened anymore. You are not, so you're good.
Yeah, not really.
Well, my
We're still
perception
sucking.
just sucked.
All right. Well, you can re-roll it if you want.
Yes, I can actually. Yeah. So you just
I
automatically
can
do it.
too.
There you go.
You
Come
gotta-
on, baby.
You have to
Lay
take the
it
second
on
roll.
me. Lay it
so-
on me. Oh
There you
yeah.
go.
I can re-roll
Critical.
mine too.
Critical
You passed
perception.
Sorry. So Verti and Oren.
Hold on, I want to re-roll mine. Sven.
All right, go ahead.
No. Didn't get it.
Close. So they point out the two of you point out that there's a group of armed Lashuntas and the Freets moving through the station. Images. A Freet.
We could probably set off some proximity alarms with all the shooting that was going on inside of our ship on a luxury cruiser. They think it is.
So you guys are several blocks away from your ship, so that you're not in any danger near the ship. That's when the Freet is. Doc will tell you. The Efreet are from the plane of fire, and are used to the heat. Some say that they're descended from demons, but most of us scientists don't agree. And if you're wondering why his doc's got a
Voice has changed so
he's
much.
got a thing in his throat, he keeps sucking on a lozenge because that's why his voice changes every time he talks.
Now, I'm going to ask as a learning experience thing, like you always say we can do, and that is, do I know if like these guys are like the kind of people that would be working on because they're fire resistant to a certain degree? They would be the people working with the sun, scientists, and then that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, would they be part of the fleet that would be working on the contraptions that are helping keep the sun at bay?
So, as you guys were traveling here, some of you did some research on the burning archipelago, and you found
Right.
out different things. You recognize there's an archipelago senate on Dawn Shore. Dawn Shore is the giant bubble in the middle where the huge temple to Siren Ray is, and Siren Ray is the deity of the sun. And so, guarding, you guys went through the Serenite military base to get in here, Sunrise Station.
Right.
So Serenites are the ones that control Dawn Shore. So there are a lot of them, a lot of these Ifrit in this area, and the Ifrit have just come more and more because, like you said, they're close to the Far Portal Station. Was a trip to the fire plane, and they were hoping eventually to be able to utilize that. And beyond that, you don't really know. They're just like any other race, so there's not
Okay.
any particular bonus or negative. It's just pretty much like the opposite of Twitch. Twitch here is constantly in the sun, constantly squinting, and has a slight headache sometimes just because of the constant light, bright light.
Right.
Whereas these guys are basking in the sun and don't even wear headgear and stuff around, because
I don't
they're
mind the
fine by it.
heat. I just can't stand the light.
Correct. All right. So, as if I find any other information about that, or about them in particular, I'll let you know. Um, all right. So after a few minutes, you just see these groups walking around, again armed and carrying stuff.
I think you're breathing into your mic.
Bobby, you killing it. There you go. Thank you.
All right.
And so all of a sudden you see this, all of your personal communicators beep, beep, sort of like the Amber Alert. Wee. And you look down, you also see any screen that's within sight also pops up. You see a slender, handsome Lashunta wearing an elegant dark armor, and he's sitting in front of a flag bearing the silhouette of a Lashunta head on top of a yellow sun.
Okay.
And he says, "Citizens of Asanan Town, I am Zaylin Trinipol, commander of the Sunrise Collective. I know many of you are still reeling from the recent psychic assault. You might be frightened or angry, and you are right to be so. For too long, the Lashuntas of the Burning Archipelago have suffered under the weight of an assault like this from unknown forces within the sun. Like you, I've lived with this invisible sword hovering over our heads, while our so-called leaders allow outsiders to invade and threaten our cities. But no longer. As of today, the Sunrise Collective has taken the mantle of your protectors, working even now to secure our borders. Together, with our allies in the Brass Dragons, we have assumed control of the city from our council of do-nothing politicians, bureaucrats, and sycophants. We're putting new security procedures in place to protect our homes, our businesses, and our future. As part of these measures, travel to and from Asana Town has been canceled for the duration of the transition. Please comply with instructions from all collective troops. Thank you for your patience, as together we build a safer Asana Town. He smiles,
All right.
and then the communicator goes out, and you hear people talking, and several of them cheer. Yeah, it's about time. And the doc that's traveling with Therese looks a little worried. He's like, that's it's gonna complicate things.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and so she says we've still got about 3/4 of a mile to go, about 20 blocks. Let's get moving. So, is there anything anybody wanted to do as you're traveling?
And Orndor's gonna look up, start doing some googling, find out what's any information he can more in depth about what's going on here, whether we should be happy about this or upset, what our next move should be, according to what I'm finding out.
I mean,
All right.
apparently we're not allowed to leave.
Right.
So
Right,
go
but I mean,
ahead
we
and
may want to leave anyway, and we may like say, okay, well, we need to move. Like, let's go ahead and start getting out of here somehow, figure it out. Or, okay, this is okay. Well, we'll just go speak to this whoever we can speak to with our advantages of speaking to somebody, and then and see what works out. So I'm just saying, like, let's get a battle plan, so to speak, so we know, are we in favor of this or are we not in favor of this? It sounds like it's pretty radical. We might not like it,
all right. So you can do
as
a
in the
computer
past we had
check.
done.
You can do a
Okay.
culture check. You can also do a diplomacy check if anybody wants to, like, as you're traveling, talk to anybody and try to find more information. So any of you who want to do so can go ahead and roll,
So computers, diplomacy, what?
or culture.
Okay. Well, all of those are +0, so
There you go. Makes it easy.
So Verti walks up and grabs the guy by the throat. Tell me what's going on.
no.
Meanwhile, Twitch is hacking into the vending machine and spewing out little payday. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so the doc, Therese says, last time I was here, the Sunrise Collective was just a radical racist group. Nobody really worried about. It's just some weird Lashuntas that nobody took seriously. But as you're searching through Twitch and Orndor, you find out about Zaylin Trinipol. He has gained momentum as their leader and has pushed them into the spotlight more and more. So they've now taken some of the. He's imprisoned some of the Asana Town's counselors. Just like he said, he's rounding up non-Lashuntas, undesirables, and that there have been injuries, and there's also reports of some deaths by people who've resisted their these forces.
Oh.
You also find out that he mentioned the brass dragons. These are mostly Ifrits from one of the nearby bubbles called Corona, and They have the same symbols now as the Lashunta collectives, and they've joined the forces. There's a woman
Yeah,
who
I'm
runs
wondering
the
if this
brass
is
dragons.
a good thing or not.
The woman who runs
So
the brass dragons is a free woman named Rej Vierna. And there's not really very many, even combined. There's not that many of them. And because you rolled so well, you also find out that there's a place called the Horizon House, which is the Capitol building. It's sort of like a little side bubble. That's the part where all the government offices are and stuff. Um, City councilors and things are there, and more than likely that's where they're being kept. So that's what you learn about this thing. This is but boil it all down to you. These Lashunta are saying, they're in control now, and they're kicking out anybody who they're taking prisoners or anybody who's not Lashunta, and they are locking down Asana Town and not letting anybody in or out unless they pass their screening process.
Uh,
so and
sounds
again, is Orndor has his pulse on the comings and goings of society and whatnot. Is he under the feeling that this is a good thing, or does he think that I need to be saying, hey, we need to see what's going on here because this may not be a good thing.
So the streets are getting more and more dangerous for anybody who's not a Lashunta.
All right.
So
So I'm definitely going to pass that on.
if you're a Lashunta, it may be a good thing. If you're anybody
We had
else,
no Lashunta.
no, you're a halfling.
Right. I know that. I'm saying we have no Lashunta, so
Yes, you have
in
no
this
Lashuntas,
party.
correct.
So
Except for the doc.
my
The
advice is
Doc Therese is a Lashunta. Now, normally you would be able to take like a Uber or Robo Robbie cab,
right.
but because of the current state of emergency, there are no public transits right now. So you guys are going to have to walk over to her
All right.
apartment.
I'm going to ask. I'm
Is
going
that
to
a
ask
Total
her.
Recall reference?
It is.
Just
So
drive.
I'm gonna talk with our guide here, and see what her feelings are.
this
Hey, that's
does
a good idea.
I mean, if she feels that, I mean, like, yeah, what are her thoughts? Because if we have a problem, she can get us possibly safe passage. If she thinks this is all wonderful, fine and dandy, then we can then make our decisions from there.
I'm really worried. This is crazy. I can't believe that they're doing this. Eventually, I think the troops are going to come and put down this uprising, but I don't know. And
All
as
right.
you're walking, um, it's been about 20 minutes that you've been walking. You see there are arguments, people talking, heated discussions going back and forth. Some Lashuntas really like it and are glad that it's finally that they feel safer now because they're somebody's taking control. That
Right.
trying to find out answers to what this sense of dread they've been living with this whole time. Other people are saying, this is crazy. They came here to be away from this type of stuff, and it should be free to anybody who wants to come here. So it's back and forth. The public is very very divided as you're making your way along. She just says we just need to keep a low profile, and let's just get to the apartment as quick as we can.
Get to the Capitol building or to her her building. Are we likely to move towards the Capitol building?
No, you're not going anywhere near the Capitol building.
Okay, so do we think like she needs to like try to find a way to get us underground or bring us somewhere to safety? Then is that what I'm getting from this?
I'm not sure I understand your question. Your purpose for being here is to go talk to this nib person who is her ex-wife, because they are scientists as well, and combining the information that scientists at Far Portal Station have, they're hoping to find some sort of clue as to what's causing this huge psychic thing. This rebellion
Okay,
is totally separate. It has nothing to do with that.
So
Right,
whatever
but I
we
mean-
need to do to get to a place of safety so we can talk to her ex.
Right. All right. Let's go ahead and do that then. We will. Let's find out. We'll ask her, consult her as to what she thinks, how we can get safely to our goal, our destination, and then do our best to assist her in that endeavor.
Yes.
All right, and so as you come around the corner, you guys are having to go up to the right. You see this big crowd has gathered, and there's in the middle of this crowd, there's two armored Lashunta soldiers, and they're dragging out a weeping Kasatha family. So the Kasathas are the four-armed, tall, cone-headed aliens.
They're just dragging them out.
My impression is that it's unlikely that we would help anybody and be successful because we're so outnumbered.
So
I think our best is
two soldiers, and they're dragging the family out, two parents and a child, out of an apartment. The crowd gathered is again a mixed opinion. Some are shouting in protest, others are eagerly picking through the household items that a third soldier, who's in a freet in dark armor, he's throwing out the apartment's doors open. He's throwing stuff out that belongs to them, and some of the people are grabbing and going through it. One of the parents tries to resist and is punched in the face. And you see the woman covering her face as the soldiers are tear away the mouth scarf, which is part of their religious thing. You've never seen a Kasatha without them. He tears it away, and is laughing at them. And the child is crying, asking for help.
well. Orndor is leaning towards trying to help some way, but I can't picture in my mind what the situation is enough to be able to know whether this is a smart decision or not, and
All right,
whether
well,
I
let me
should.
give you a picture then.
There's a kid involved. I want to help.
Yes, I know that. But however, if we go in there and all of a sudden we've got armed soldiers all around us, we start getting shot. Where it's better if we just move along quietly and try to get to our destination to really assist people as best we can. Then we'll know. So it's going to depend upon what we're seeing right now. Do we feel like we can safely help them, or do we feel like we're going to do this and get blasted and we're out?
I think we can safely help them. There's only 3 of them. There's more of us than there are of them.
But there's also the crowd that's divided.
Oh, the crowd is looking on.
They're more than likely not armed.
Right. All right. Let's go ahead and help out then. That's my vote. I'll move in that direction.
Sure.
And also say that in the comm or whatever. I think we should go help these guys out. And then let's see what happens.
All right, so give me a moment here. Let me
Holy crap.
finish setting up the image and the what's going on. You can zoom out if you want.
Okay, I'm just going to resize. And there.
I mean, they don't look like criminals. It's not necessary to drag them out of their house, especially in front of their kid. Come on. Bully.
Have you never seen riot videos across the
Yes.
world?
Yeah.
Get
I
yourself
don't tend to
pummeled.
watch
Or,
riot videos.
I'm just saying, throughout history, they're not always the most common and soothing types of things where somebody helping would be of benefit. All right, cool.
All right, so this is basically what you see. There are more people, more bystanders and such. So for the sake of argument, go ahead and roll for initiative. But right now you're not in combat.
Okay.
Okay.
Jesus. There we go.
Well,
Oh, wait a minute. He got 20. That was a 20.
no, it was a
No
1.
way. I don't know. I beg to differ.
13.
I saw it rolled a 1.
All right. You got another roll? Experience roll? Your skills? Or,
Just roll a raw d20 if you want me to.
do you have recall, in other words?
Another 1.
Dude.
No, he doesn't have recall because it's just a Technomancer. It's a spell.
Got it. But I have recall, and I'm a Technomancer too.
Verti is not. That's what I'm saying. It's only you and Loki that are the.
Okay. I thought you were saying that he was.
No.
I got it.
You and Verti are the only two.
Got it.
He meant to say Loki.
This is some madness here. I've never seen this many characters on the page before. Well, that's not true. That one arcade room we were in was pretty intense, but still. This is close proximity work here.
All right, so let's go ahead and start at the top. Loki, what would you like to do? So you guys have been sort of talking. You can keep talking if you want to figure out a plan, or you can act. At this point, I've let it pretty much evolve and talk. So this is not, like I said, you're not in combat, so you can do a little bit more banter back and forth than normally you would be allowed to.
Okay.
Let's talk them down.
So I'm going to go ahead and open up the cars. Just be aware that the cars are there. If somebody goes behind them for cover, you can use cover the cars as cover. You can also get on top of the car if you want to get a height advantage for any reason.
Okay.
The things around you are buildings.
Okay. So going clockwise from 6 o'clock with the guy with the cool hair. Who was everybody? Who is it? we're looking to defend.
So you should see the 3 guys in red.
Right, I see those. Yep.
So the 2 of them are Sunrise soldiers. The other one's the Efreet soldier. And those are the soldiers who are harassing the people. I don't have the Kasathas because I don't have a Kasatha token.
Right, but the people are the 3 little ones up in between the 2 cars.
No, the people are
Is
there
that
next to
correct?
them. I'll
Okay.
find something to represent them. All right, so Loki, what would you like to do?
This is a delicate situation, isn't it?
Just don't attack them first.
No,
Why not?
we're talking them down first.
Yeah.
Attacking is
I
second.
don't.
There's
Do
a lot
not
of
attack them.
innocent people around this happening.
Yeah, we can't be just like flaming people out or shooting into the riffraff, whatever, unless we've got some serious mage action that's very controllable. I
I
think we
mean,
need to
this would
step
be
up.
like throwing a hand grenade on our ship. Come on.
I think we need to step up and make ourselves known somewhat to try to talk these guys down. You know, let's let Twitch, who's so vocal, come up and start saying something.
Okay.
And I'll be right behind her on her right, or to her lower right, I should say, right.
So the 3 tokens that are top down, those are the Kasathas. The little kid and the mom and the dad.
Okay.
Here's here.
I get you next.
Okay. So I'm going to step in the. I want to step up into like kind of the middle here.
Can you
Like
here or something?
I'm pointing at the screen, which
Sure.
is really fun. 2 up and 1 to the right from where I'm at is where I want to be.
Yeah. Okay, so where's she?
Yeah, right there.
All right, and I'm.
So everybody
Okay.
can see me.
So I want to be right there, but I can't be right there because that dude's there. So I'm kind of following her up through. I'm kind of, I'm small. I'm keeping up behind
So
her,
you're
kind
just
of
moving
backing
up,
her up.
Twitch.
I'm moving up and then I'm going to say something, but if he's right behind me, I'm going to wait for him to get there.
Are we already in action and therefore I can't move?
Like I said, I'm giving you a little bit more leeway because you guys aren't actually in combat yet.
Okay.
Really depends on how you handle this as to if you even get into combat.
Okay.
All right, so he moves up behind you. Oh, so what are you saying?
I'm saying, so, hey, is this really necessary? There's a little kid here. How many of you really want your kids treated like that?
All right, so go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Oh, dear God. Where's my persuasion?
And my posture is
Persuasion.
Diplomacy.
What?
I mean, there's look at
diplomacy.
the skills and pick one you think would fit in the situation.
Engineering.
Okay, diplomacy. Hang
I
on.
have-
I'm thinking about it.
Thank you. I have high
So you're not
diplomacy,
bluffing.
so I'm
You're not. It will be diplomacy or you're not intimidating. So it'll be diplomacy.
Okay. Good job.
my posture and seeming attitude are backing her up and being very civilized and cultured, as it were. Diplomatic culture.
All right, so go ahead and
Diplomacy.
give me a. I'll let you do culture check.
I want diplomacy.
Okay. Then you need to be more diplomatic. What are you saying? Are you
Oh,
gonna?
I'm sorry. Okay, so culture. I get it.
So
I get what you're saying. Fine. I'm not saying anything. I'm just
okay.
presenting myself because I'm
And
upper
by the way,
class.
just as a quick aside, I don't expect you as players. You can say I'm making a diplomacy check, and it's not based on what you say, because it's based on your role. I just like
Right.
I don't expect you as players to be able to kick or attack or you slash a sword. I don't expect you to know the exact words that are going to persuade this person, or be diplomatic, that type of thing. So anyway,
Okay.
but you were specifically saying you're not saying anything. You're just posturing, trying to use culture, maybe to use a
Okay.
certain
Right. All right.
like
That
the
makes sense. I
Japanese
agree.
try to bow or do certain things
Right.
that are culturally significant. All right, good. So that's helps make up for some of Twitch's faux pas.
Okay. I'm gonna try again.
All
I'm
right, so
gonna point.
hold on. Verity, what are you doing as this is happening?
Oh, jeez. I guess I
Tell me to hold on.
am.
There's 20 minutes.
I mean, my charisma's not good. I don't have good speaking skills, so I guess I'll be on hand if things turn very badly.
That's a good call.
All right, and
Fair
Loki,
enough.
what are you doing?
I don't know. Mm,
Are you looking at fighting these guys, or are you trying to help them talk their way out of it? What do you want looking to do?
I guess I'll do the same thing as RT. Just stand back and see what happens.
All right, so do any of you want to get in better positions to where there's less people between you and them in case you do have to fight? Or do you want to
I'll
move up and get hand in
I
I'm
hand?
mean,
pretty
it's
small.
like a
It's-
solid circle, so
right there.
I don't.
Okay,
I guess I'll move up a little bit, but like, yeah.
okay. All right, so this is the end of this round, and this is where we will leave it. Twitch, what was the last thing
No.
that you wanted that you said that you were looking to do? So the crowd with your role and stuff, the crowd, people close to you are sort of, you see that they're some of the ones that were supporting them and are not really looking at Twitch so much as they are the halfling and the Vesk and this cat person. You know, they're sort of giving them dirty looks, and
And I give them dirty looks
the
right back.
Twitch is closer to a Lashunta, having the antennas and things similar to them. But
Wow.
you know, you hear grumbling from the people around you. Uh, People on the other side are like, yeah, yeah, let the kid go. Um, so, and the soldiers are sort of looking at you and say, uh, stay out of this unless you want to join them, type thing, mumbling those
Okay.
type of things. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Twitch, what was it? What was it that you wanted to do?
So what I wanted to do was try to sway the crowd around me, point out several people that are not Lashunta, and say something along the lines of, what's next? Your family or your family? How many other families or people that don't look like them have to go through this before we find some peaceful way to do things?
All right.
Am I allowed? Am I allowed to sneak up beside Twitch more and not be? I mean, that one dude is right in my way. So, is it feasible, or should I just stay there?
Where are you trying to
I
go?
would.
I'm trying to get to. Let's see. That was my intention, was to get there about two conversations ago, but I couldn't get there because of the people. So, like I said, I'm trying to
Okay.
make my,
Like I
my
said, this
presence
is
there.
not
I'm trying to
combat.
represent a noble. Trying to represent a nobility, a legitimacy a higher level of coolness and not coolness, but that this is legitimate. It's not just some ruffians coming in saying, it's like, okay, this is a nobleman, is a person of standing, and you see them in a place with respect, perhaps that more, depending on their leaning one way or the other. If they're rogue, they wouldn't. If they are upstanding, they would. That sort of thing. So that's kind of what my diplomacy or my culture was trying to do, to get that
Gotcha.
image across.
Yeah, and you had a -5 to the difficulty check, or basically a +5 to your roll, because you are a noble scion to do those type of things. That's why I said culture would work best for you, because if you look at the
Right.
combat tracker, that's part of your background, is you get that bonus to culture checks when doing
Right.
those type of things. All right, so that's
Okay.
where we will leave it. The soldiers aren't really having it. The crowd is sort of swaying back and forth. The I know, like I said, for whatever weird reason, there aren't just Acme tokens for the major races. So uh, there are Lashunta here, even though you can't see them. They are represented in the tokens. There are Lashunta here, as well as other races. So you've done a pretty good job of. You don't think that the crowd's gonna interfere either way at this point. So if you want to try to keep talking down the soldiers, they seem pretty aggressive. Think about it, and we will get back together in 2 weeks, and we'll have Doc Dade hopefully to join us and figure
Yes.
out what's going on. So
Nice.
thank you for playing with me, guys.
Yep.
For those of you
Night.
watching,
Night.
watch us live at
Hi,
5:30
everybody. Thank you.
to 8
It's really
on
fun.
Sunday nights.
Come on. Oh, come on.
Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever else you
That's
do.
what.